The Titans look for their second conference win tonight as the Eastern Florida State College men's soccer team hosts ASA Miami in a Region 8 conference matchup. Live from the Titan Soccer Complex on the Melbourne campus, it's the Titans and the Storm next. Welcome to rainy Melbourne, Florida, the harbor city. And tonight, as the clouds move in, another storm as well brewing as ASA College Miami brings its show to town 2-1 against the 12th nationally ranked Eastern Florida State College Titans at 4-2. Good evening and welcome, everybody. Alongside Eddie Rodriguez, I'm Jeff Radcliffe. So glad to have you along here for Titan Soccer on WEFS TV. And Eddie, this is typically a game for Eastern Florida where they can rack up some goals. Should be the same case tonight.
Yeah, it usually is. Every time they play this team from Miami, who's, as we look in the roster, plenty of international players. And the problem with this team is just it's that. Too many players from different countries, and a lot of the times when they get on the pitch, not on the same page. So for Eastern Florida, it's one of those games where you can rack up the individual stats, and hopefully you can come back from that 2-1 loss here at home last time they came out.
All-time versus ASA, the Titans 5-1-1. They have outscored them 18-2 last year in the three meetings. All-time 27-5. So expect a high-scoring explosion today, especially after Eastern Florida coming off the big win 4-0 over Broward.
Yeah, and just to supplement that, the 25 goals. We spoke to Coach Oliver Twelvetree, changing the formation a little bit, coming out with a 4-4-2, a Jason Christ specialty with a diamond in the middle, if you're an MLS viewer.
Well, ASA, we have no idea what the formation will be. We have an idea of the starting lineup, but one of their stars, and again, it's a very international-flavored roster. They've got one Frenchman on that roster, and there he is, Anderson Delubac, who is the captain of the team from Champs-sur-Marne. And tell us a little bit about Anderson here.
Well, one thing he knows, he definitely knows how to score goals. He's got 8 of them already in his personal tally. This team has only won 2 games. Actually, one game they dropped 2. So it's one of those situations where if he's going to be your go-to guy, you got to give him the ball in crucial spots on the field. You got to put him up front and give him the ball, of course, with the advantage that you're going to play against a good Eastern Florida defense.
Well, Troy Gonzalez, man with 2 assists this year for Oliver Twelvetree, going to be playing on the left side of the diamond today.
Yeah, normally he would play that defensive center mid, the hole. But Troy Gonzalez likes to go forward. As you mentioned, 2 assists. I like the fact that he's pretty much a defender all the time. He's kind of the cleaner in the middle of the field, but he likes to go forward. And as you see him, pretty fancy on the ball. He's got great moves. He's got the ability to go forward. Not only the assist, but he could have had a couple of goals last game as well. Going forward, taking shots from 25 to 30 out.
Here's a look at the starting lineups. As we mentioned, the diamond formation for Oliver Twelvetree. You see that on the right is Mike Horatius getting the start in goal for Bryce Noter Donato, who is continuing to nurse a little nick here and there. Torkowski and Myers are the center backs. Max Schur and Vashiko Dixon on the edges of the defense. And then it will be Oliver Lowe. The Swede will be in that number 10 spot. Mickey George will hold things down as the 6. And Abdul Idrisu on the other side of the diamond with Gonzalez on the left. And Alex Alexis and the Region 8 leading scorer, Danilo Orsi Domo, up top. ASA, 2 big defenders there in the center will be number 2, number 3, Duque and Lopez. Here are a look at the head coaches. Oliver Twelvetree's on the right in his 4th season. ASA College led by J.C. Gonzalez, also in his 4th season, 3rd official for the program.
Well, J.C. Gonzalez, the Colombian coach, not, he knows what Oliver Twelvetree can do, especially they played here twice last year, but he knows that this is the type of team that is going to bring a lot of firepower, especially when you have Alex Alexis going forward, and, of course, the man of the hour, Danilo, who's just on a rampage when he comes down to scoring goals this season, and he's looking to rack up a few more tonight.
As you saw, Tony Baumert will be our referee. He'll be assisted by Frankie Terranova and Matthew Osterhaus as the rain becoming a little bit more steady here as we await kickoff. ASA arriving to the field about 10 minutes ago, so trying to get a little bit of a warm-up in, so a delay to our start. As you see the clock there winding down under 7 minutes. We will we'll do the best to entertain you when we come back. It's Titan Soccer here on WEFS.
It's about the process and the depth of the team for Eastern Florida's men's soccer in 2017. Coach Oliver Twelvetrees and some of his team recently met with the media to convey what it will take to get back to a conference title.
The key really is going day by day, trying to have that 1% improvement every day throughout the season, or even throughout the year, and that's what we tried to do in the spring, and I've seen that in the performances so far in the preseason and practices, and I've seen that ability of the boys to really believe in the process and try and improve, do the right things. If they do the right things, we know that we have the talent, the results will come.
And I think from a team aspect, we've got a lot more depth in the squad. Every position's got 2 or 3 great players now who could step in and fill in. I think that's going to be a real big difference come the end of the season after everyone's played long, hard games.
Great players in their position. We got incoming D1 transfers for our back line now, so we have more depth there, more competition. Everyone's going to be better off because of that.
Everybody has their own style, and so I love seeing it. Everybody's hungry, they want to be the best, they want a starting position, so it pushes everybody, every practice, every training session.
With the group, what's impressed me the most is the fact that everyone is from different backgrounds, and we've come together to make such a very strong team. We go into preseason, you could see everyone working, you could see everyone talking to each other, everyone getting to know each other very well so that we can make a good team.
So check the website for game dates and times and come out and support your Titans. Admission is free.
We're certainly going to score goals. If you want to watch fast-paced, electric football, then there's only one place to come, and that's the Titan Soccer Complex.
Aviation careers are taking off at Eastern Florida State College's new Aviation Center with FAA-approved programs for aviation mechanics and technicians. Graduates have great job opportunities with top aviation companies and commercial space companies launching the next generation of human spaceflight at Kennedy Space Center. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Eastern Florida State College has been named among the top institutions of higher education in Florida, earning a prestigious gold rating for its work in helping students succeed. The honor came from the Florida Board of Education in Tallahassee, where officials announced annual performance ratings for the 28 colleges in the Florida college system. This is the first time that Eastern Florida has achieved gold status, and it is one of only 7 colleges to gain the coveted distinction this year. The college earned high-performance grades in the 4 key areas of student retention, percentage graduating, job placement and continuing education, and entry-level wages after graduation. College President Dr. Jim Ritchie said the rankings reflected the college's strong commitment to providing students a great education that can put them on the path to a successful career and better life. He cited a number of areas where the college has strengthened student services that contributed to the gold rating, such as small class sizes and personalized instruction, excellent financial aid, academic and career advisors, the 6th straight year with no tuition increase, and 40 new programs in fields with fast job growth. He also said new bachelor's degree programs at EFSC are filling a critical need, giving students an opportunity to advance their education in careers that did not previously exist in Brevard County. To learn more about the college and its programs, visit easternflorida.edu.
Join the fast-growing and rewarding field of healthcare at Eastern Florida State College's new Health Sciences Institute, where you can earn bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, and certificates in a wide range of exciting careers, such as nursing, surgical technology, emergency care, radiography, sonography, and more. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
They're back here at Eastern Florida State College as the storms continuing to move in here in the Melbourne area. A lot of umbrellas out, but people want to brave and see this Titans team. So glad to have you along. Jeff Radcliffe, Eddie Rodriguez, and our entire WEFS crew right now waiting the re-arrival of the Titans. They got their warm-ups in, and then to get out of the rain went back to the locker room. Now ASA College huddled up. And ready to go after their warm-ups are done. And this is a bit of a challenge, Eddie, when you got to deal with the rain and just a little bit of a delay for one if you're Eastern Florida, and if you're ASA, you're coming off the bus and not necessarily with a full warm-up.
Yeah, it's difficult on both ends. If you just got off the bus, of course, it's a good 4-hour bus right from Miami, so the legs are stiff and you don't have quite the warm-up that you wanted. On the other side, for Eastern Florida, it's one of those situations was once you're wet, you want to stay on the field. You don't want, it's the time that you have to wait. It's what, as a player, you don't want to wait that long to start the game. So I can guarantee you that the players from Eastern Florida, they're eager to start this game, and they want to get into the rhythm of the game. Of course, not expecting this much rain, or if it was going to rain, just we know that the field is going to hold pretty well as far as the water not staying in one place. So it's just a matter of how the ball's going to skip and how both teams have to adjust to that early in this game.
ASA College, a team full of freshmen, with the exception of just 2 sophomores, so a different-looking team than we saw even a year ago. The team that plays its home games at Ted Hendrick Stadium in Hialeah. Again, a very, very international roster. There's 9 native Brazilians on J.C. Gonzalez's roster, 4 Americans, 3 Colombians, 1 each from Argentina, Jamaica, Venezuela, France, and Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, the problem with having players from all those backgrounds is can you get them to gel together early in the season, in preseason, and if you can do that, of course, it could be to your advantage if you have some of those players with higher IQs, soccer IQs, as far as coming from academies from other countries. If you can do that, if you can get them to play together, as you know, the junior college district, it's tough to play in. It's fast-paced, and a lot of players kind of struggle with that.
Seen a lot of professional players go that route, particularly the international players looking to score themselves a spot at a 4-year institution, turn that to maybe a chance to play professionally, MLS or wherever that happened, it's USL or wherever. I've been able to use the NJCAA route to that to great effect. Look at Dom Dwyer, who played at Tyler Junior College, then made his way to the University of South Florida for a couple of years, got drafted by Sporting Kansas City. The rest is history. Now he's a naturalized American playing for the national team and right down the street for Orlando City in MLS. And this is, one of the benefits that NJCAA can provide, especially the international students coming in.
Well, especially when you're dealing with, different rules with the NCAA, especially with credits transferring and all the different rules that apply to a Division I at the community college level. At JC, it's there's still some rules. They're just not as tough, if you will. So it's easier for a foreign player to come here, play 2 years in the community college level, do well, and then transfer to the next level. I know players even like Roy Lassiter, who won the scoring championship the first year of MLS, then later on had some caps with the U.S. national team.
Back in '96.
Went to a community college as well, and the list goes on of how many players have gone to a community college and then gone on to the next level, D1, and then, of course, to the pro ranks as well.
Even beyond. You talk to folks in Brazil, it's another way. Usually in Brazil, you decide to either be a student or a soccer player. This gives families down there a chance to send their kids to the United States to be able to do both. So
yeah,
some of these Brazilians on this roster obviously have those aspirations here to play in the States.
And that's pretty much one of the big differences. I know when I asked all the time between even a country like Mexico and South America, where at the early age of 15, 16, you have to decide whether you're going to try to go the pro route or you're going to try to go to school, and you just can't do both. in all the Latin American countries in Europe, you train twice a day, so you don't have the luxury of going to school in the morning and then train in the afternoon like we do here in the U.S. And college over there is completely different. The colleges have nothing to do with the soccer program, even though they have the name, like we see here at universities.
It's a wet walkout. The Titans and Silver Storm are ready to go, and our national anthem will be played by David Hancock, student development specialist here at Eastern Florida State College, wet and ready to go with the trumpet. David Hancock with the familiar rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Starters now going to be introduced. Again, a little bit of delay. We apologize for that, as ASA arriving just about 10 minutes before the scheduled kickoff. So they had to get the warm-ups in, and that delays the kickoff for us here on WEFS. So glad to have you along as we run through the Eastern Florida lineup once more. Again, Mike Horatius, the freshman out of Port St. Lucie, South Fork High School, will get his second start of the season as the Merritt Island product. Bryce Donato, the sophomore, is still nursing a bit of an injury. Don't anticipate him seeing a lot of shots tonight, but that's always a big change when it comes to communication along the back line.
Yeah, and this will be a good opportunity for Mike Horatius to come in here and get some quality minutes, knowing that Bryce have gotten a lot of the minutes early in this season. You want to make sure that both keepers are healthy, and at any given time you can call upon them.
Oliver Twelvetree's is going back to that 4-4-2 diamond that he had some success with last year. It's Twarkowski and Reese Myers, so the native of Melbourne and the native of Nottingham, England, there in the central defense. Vashiko Dixon, another Englishman there on the right, and the big German Max Schurer, who started the season with a bit of an injury, now full health. So you got a 6'2", 185 left back who can really lock things down on that side and loves to go forward. In the middle, Oliver Lowe, the Swedish youth international, actually. Big fan of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. See if he can play like that. Does have one goal. He's in that number 10 spot. Mickey George moves from left back up to that number 6 role, the holding central defensive midfielder. And on either side of the diamond, and in two places in a diamond, you really have to hustle, right? So if you're Gonzalez and Idrisu, there's a lot of running to do when you play this formation, a lot of work, and those are the perfect guys to be able to do that.
Yeah, a lot of it, the dirty work you have to do, a lot of the times not recognized because you will not get the ball. Defensively, you got to make sure you tuck in, and offensively, you open up the court. And when you do have the ball, and one of the things that Oliver Twelvetree is trying to do is get that defensive shape established first. I know they gave up a late goal last time they played at home, and they lost 2-1 in the last breakaway. So he's got to make sure that defensively you start with a good shape, and then after that, of course, we know and he knows what they can do offensively when we have great players like Alex Alexis and, of course, Danilo Orsi-Dodamo. But defensively, you got to lock it down first and foremost so you can get a good result.
There are the two up top. It'll be ASA to attack left to right as they get set to kick off here. It's Alfonso Gooden doing the honors. It is game on in Melbourne. Eastern Florida and ASA. This is the 8th all-time meeting. So ASA in the black shorts, gray tops with the purple numerals that are about impossible to see through the rain. So bear with us as we try to identify your guys if you're watching from down Miami way. immediately getting into the attacking area. Offside flag up on the near side from the assistant, Matthew Osterhaus.
That's pretty much going to be the way SAA is going to come out and play. They're going to try to, counterattack from the get-go. They're going to be happy with keeping the ball in the back, just switching the point of attack. And once they go forward, you can see they're playing with one target forward.
There is George starting things off. Myers, and that all England right side of the defense, pushing forward. Dixon, and they turned over. And Titans want to take a page out of what they were able to do against Broward earlier this week. 4 goals in that win on Tuesday on the road. And that ended a 2-game losing streak dating back to the 7th of September. When they lost on an own goal to Monroe, New York, the number 2 team in the nation, and then number 7 team, Daytona State, in their own conference here at home.
And there you saw the difficulty for Juan Maximiliano, the goalkeeper. That bounce that skipped. Of course, we talked about the rainy condition, how wet this field is going to be. So as a goalkeeper, you have to be careful when the ball skips. You got to be ready for the rebound.
Comes a throw here on the right side. Thrown in and dealt with. We'll do it again. We'll drop it back. This is Carlos Sanchez, sophomore out of Wellington. He'll be stuck into the corner, cleared away down the line. Holding up is Eastern Florida. And Alex Alexis wearing number 11. It's a throw from Scherer.
Yeah, well, the referee never made.
And now some consternation.
I don't know which way it is. The referee never made a motion as to which way the throw goes. It seemed like he went out of Alex Alexis. Yeah, he's confirming that, but he never made the motion, so both teams did not know. Carlos Sanchez, the right fullback.
Now taken over in the middle of the park. It's low. Turned back over. No spell of possession really for either side here. Just not even 4 minutes in. It'll come back the other way to Eastern Florida.
Yeah, this is when both teams need to realize that when you hit the ball's going to skip, so you got to take a little bit off of it.
A little talking to from Tony Baumert. Here's Myers looking to pick out a long pass, send it wide. Dixon one touch inside. And now off and running, looking to counter ASA. Silver Storm. And a handball. Brings it back to Eastern Florida.
Yeah, and here's what I was talking about. You know, the movement on and off the ball. That ball's kind of a long shot, but watch what happens if the goalkeeper comes out, and just when he was going to grab it, ball just skips to the side. So as a goalkeeper and a defender, you have to be careful with the bouncing of the ball. And you're right, they're extremely difficult to see the numbers. I can't quite make out. That's 16 on top. The center forward, the lonely center forward.
Well, we can see the Titans in the home whites. Myers releases the long ball left. And Scherer will catch up to it, but it'll come back the other way. Can't keep it in. It skips along the wet turf.
Carlos Sanchez, you can tell the size difference between those two. Max Schreier, the German player that you were talking about, likes to play out of the left side in that diamond.
And the Frenchman, Dulabach, very active in the center of the park and now turned over. This is George. On the run we come. Titans on the move. Orsi-Dodomo got a touch onto it. Alexis near post and had it kicked away last second.
Great job with Lowe and Alexis, who's making a great run. Danilo plays the ball back. Alexis gets around.
Save was made by Juan Maximiliano Rocco, the Argentine. He yields a corner kick, first of the match for the Titans. And Abdul Adrisu, a Ghanaian, opted to take here. Serves it on an in-swinger towards the back post, punched by Maximiliano Rocco. A clump of bodies go down. Play on, says Tony Baumert, the referee. Chased back down by Mickey George. George, the freshman out of Newark, New Jersey's St. Benedict's Prep, top high school athletic programs in all sports in the United States.
Yeah, Mickey George will have a lot of space in the back carrying the ball because ASA is just going to sit back.
Long ball to Danilo. Second ball in. Big swing from Lowe. And Schurer getting physical. Twarkowski steps, pressure comes. And continuing to let them play here, getting a little physical. Tony Baumert's going to get control of it right now.
Yeah, and those two players have been going at it, Carlos Sanchez and Schreier. And you can tell the play is going to get chippy here really quick. Here's you see a little push, late push right there, and those are the ones that the referee's got to get a hold of.
Troy Gonzalez, we talked about in the open, restarts. Twarkowski will look to switch. Myers not seeing anything he liked. George, the pass got cut out by Sanchez. Playing a nice through ball out quickly as Horatius. He had to do something with it, scuffs it to the left. Emergency defending there as the keeper came out. And had to get off his line quick.
Yeah, it was a great ball by Pinto, just splitting the two center backs.
Now will be a throw once again. Defenders close in. And left, I believe this is Lopez. Intercepted. Well read by Vashiko Dixon. Now it's Alexis along that right flank. In front of the ASA bench. Trying to find Oliver Lowe. George back to Myers. Schurer calling for it for a big switch of play and said George will take it right up Broadway. And that will yield a free kick as Oliver Lowe went rear over Tea-Kettle on the challenge there.
Yeah, and that's the combination play. It's going to be between Alexis looking for Lowe, and of course Danilo is the third forward for Eastern Florida. That combination right there, the movement on and off the ball has got to be, you see it right there. It's a good spot, good place for Eastern Florida to try. A couple of players who can go direct.
Samir Lopez, dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
See Mickey George and Abdul on the ball.
Trying to strike, lofted up. Boy, on frame there, not much behind it from Orsi-Dodomo, the Titans' leading scorer, and no problem for Maximiliano Rocco.
Well, this ball's got to be a driven ball, and instead they get under the ball. Look how much hang time the ball has. So by the time Danilo gets to the ball, he's not able to put any power on that. The ball's not driven, and here comes the counter.
Boy, playing very direct. Route one for ASA, and it's one and done once more. And the back line of the Titans have to be wise to what they're trying to do. Samir Lopez heads it back out of trouble. Wide to Sanchez, the right back. Ken trying to get good into one in behind.
They don't try to hide it or mask it at all. They get the ball, they're going to dump it on top.
So they can split the defense. The more important for George to be wise to things. Dixon got away just a touch. Help came in the form of Troy Gonzalez.
But in this situation here, in this formation, Scherer is doing the right thing by staying out wide, trying to create as much width as possible, especially when you're playing against a team that is just going to sit back and have 10, 11 players behind the halfway line.
Titans looking for a way to break it down. That's going to be moving the ball from side to side. Gonzalez reverses it back. Torkowski, really high line being played, and now when you turn it over, you're in an immediate negative situation. Luckily, nothing came of that one. Now releasing Dixon on the far side, looking to get a cross in. Instead, forced back. Good defense for ASA. Now on the run is a jailbreak screen.
And that's going to be the problem for Eastern Florida, that if you're not going to be precise in the attacking third, well, you got to get on your horse and draw back, because ASA is going to look very direct, look for their number 9 on top and drive the ball into space.
Throw for Scherer. Oh, Oliver 12-3 is called a big athletic German boy. That he is.
Well, he doesn't mind getting physical as well. We've seen him in a couple of tackles. The first few minutes of the first half.
Low. Pushed off the ball. Help comes from Adrisu. Alexis caught on the near side. Nice return idea, trying to find Orsi Dodomo, but well defended by ASA. They continue to park the bus here in the early going.
Yeah, well, look at the amount of shirts right there on top of the 18.
Alexis offside.
If you look at the numbers right there, they're going to keep that nice and tight, not let the penetrating ball comes in. They'll give you the outsides, which is the longer route. But anything around the 18, anything in front, you're going to see the difficulty for Danilo checking Alice Alexis, and even Mickey George when he comes from behind. Oliver Lowe is the other one who's going to have a tough time turning.
So ASA is expected, letting the Titans possess here, just looking to try to get something against the run of play via direct. There's Dulabak, who can get things going in a hurry, and that one skids by the right stick. And that's one way to keep yourself in a game and make it difficult, taking a lead, and that had Horatius moving.
It looked like it was Anderson de Lubac. The Frenchman once again trying out from about 20 out. Took a great shot and the ball just skidded away.
Danilo Ocidodomo trying to chip it over the defense. Here's Scherer to catch up. Shakes off one defender, gets a cross away, and intervention made. How far can the Silver Storm get out of it? Low back defensively to cover. Good switch of play, but a heavy touch. Allows Torkowski and Gonzalez to recover. Ball skipping along this wet turf. A lot of sliding challenges, always fun to play in these conditions.
Yeah, and you can tell you're going to see the difficulties of trapping the ball the first time. Once again, you see the physicality of this game, both teams, and that was a great shot right there from Anderson de Lubac trying to look for that far post.
Here's Myers. Held up by Adrisu. I think one thing that's going to be tough when you've got guys like Adrisu and Gonzalez using to be more of a holding type of player. They keep dropping a little deeper and deeper because that's where they're comfortable. Need to get a little higher up the field to help out. But they both can cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, a lot of ground, and that's one of those things where, you know, the quicker you can move the ball as well, you get it, you give it. Either there's 1 or 2 touches. Right now, the conditions of the field, they call for a 2 touch because you want to be able to trap the ball the right way. A lot of the times you go to flick the ball and the ball's gone because of how much skipping because of the wet conditions.
A foul against the Titans. A free kick from about 45 away. Restart will come. Number 9. Number 9 is Johan Godoy from Colombia.
He's going to be looking for the big man, Alphonse Gooden on top, 23. He's been the lonely forward for this ASA.
A big, strong fella. He's gotten him behind on a couple of occasions here as we've played over the first quarter hour. Rain letting up just a bit. Dark clouds on the way. Sure deals with the ball in the air. ASA will take opportunity to keep it in the attacking third. It takes a deflection on its way out. Goal kick for Eastern Florida State College, the 12th ranked team in the country. Horacius getting just his second start. 2 goals allowed on his other appearance. Cidadomo get to the ball, but a foul will bring it back to the Titans here.
A high kick called by the referee. This is when you want Eastern Florida to take care of the ball, go forward a little bit quicker though with intensity, and especially keeping the ball in that attacking third. They can't quite just keep the ball once they get back there.
Sure gets into the line, gets bulldozed. Sure got steampunked over the line. He is up and chasing now, and now the challenges are coming quite heavy at this point of the match.
But once again, you got to call the one on Schroeder down the line. You see the high kick right there? Watch this hit right here after he crosses the ball. That's shoulder contact right there to the face. The referee totally misses that. Now he comes back and calls the next one.
Shoulders are allowed, right? But to the head, not so much.
Not to the head without a face mask or any kind of headgear. Not so much.
Once the player's on the ground, you definitely don't want to fall on top.
And those are the little things that the referee is not seeing. It's just that add to the play. When you leave your cleat up after you go through the ball, or your shoulder you extended, the follow through is what hurts sometimes.
Yeah, barge is totally legal. It's a run from Dixon on the move. Derisu trying to run on. Intervention made at the last second. Ghanaian still looking for his first goal of the season to go with the 2 assists. Play on.
That's again another great run by Alex Alexis out wide. He started from the wide spot, making a diagonal run inside with a great cross.
Play on. Around the edges, Gonzalez gets a cross away and leaves it behind, and it will be a throw-in deep in ASA's end.
This is Alex Alexis making that great run diagonally. When he pulls the ball behind. Great effort defensively by Carlos Sanchez from ASA.
It's interesting, Alexis playing at the forward spot tonight, but you see his natural tendency to go out on the wing and create havoc, get balls inside.
The referee having a chat with both players about elbows up and protecting yourself. You're right though, he's got the tendency to make that diagonal run with loads of speed.
In throw in the area. Everybody on the attacking half, save for Mickey George. Release Idrisu off his line quickly was Maximiliano Rocco from Pargamino, Argentina. 6'1", 182. Officially just one start, but the stats weren't quite up to date when we last looked. Goals against average of 1.64. Back to Horatius on the other side.
One bouncing, he gets all the way to the other goalkeeper, Horatio. That's how much these balls are going to skip.
Gonzalez out of Corpus Christi. Very calm on the ball. Likes to play, he and Abdul. Like the ball at their feet. Gonzalez now. Challenge was coming in from Good. And nice job drawing the foul. Easy one to call for Tony Baumert. Free kick, Eastern Florida.
Yeah, and that's what Troy Gonzalez does so well. He's going to check to the ball. He's used to playing that defensive center mid, that role like a number 6 or even a 5 sometimes. But distribution-wise, he does it so well out of the back.
Idrisu again going for goal. Not necessarily a bad effort there. He'll yield a goal kick.
Yeah, you want to keep that goalkeeper honest and check every once in a while. Make sure he's on his line.
Rocco boots it away. Headed down by George, read it perfectly, measured it. Again, nice touch just outside the area. Needing some help and cleaned up by the former Melbourne Bulldog, Owen Torkowski. Won a state championship. Jerry McCabe a couple of years back. Micah Smoke on that team. Another former Titan. One read well by Duque, one of the center backs and captains.
I think he's playing at UNF now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of tradition here with the home talent. A lot of Bulldogs who've played here, gone on to the next level.
Boy, drilled from distance is Oliver Lowe. Right now, Eastern Florida settling for the outside shot at the moment. We'll have a substitution. And it will be, I believe, Haim Rosary coming off the bench, where he had a tremendous game, according to head coach Oliver Twelvetrees. He was brilliant, in fact, so we're going to try to bring him off the bench today to see if he can recapture that magic.
Yeah, he did. He had a great game between him and Alex Alexis. Had the best chances, but if you're going to take shots from mid-range, you better bring in Knight, Siegel Knight.
Yeah.
You and I know he can just crank it from just about anywhere on the field.
Jamaica not scared to let it fly and is very accurate from distance. Hold up Idrisu. Reverse it, nobody home. Maximiliano Rocco. Taking his time. Longer this goes with no score, the more pressure tilts towards the Titans, right, Eddie?
Absolutely. As we know, ASA is going to be content with just going into, you know, the halftime break 0-0. They came in here knowing they're going to sit back and just wait for that counter. And of course, for that counter, all they need is one, so they can. The more that the clock keeps ticking and not letting anything in the back for them, it's a win for them almost.
Cidadomo here out on the left has an overlap, and Scherer instead takes it back inside. It'll be whisked away. Scherer. Sanchez up the line. A bit of a miscommunication, and eventually Torkowski knocking it forward. Gonzalez. too far.
And once again, a different view from Oliver Lowe, just letting it go from about 30 out.
There's another change for head coach Oliver 12 trees.
And after a while,
Derisu will come off for a rest and looks at Sigel Knight, who
right at
his ears were burning, the sophomore out of Kingston, Jamaica. Looking for his first goal, has 5 appearances this season. I think it was Oliver last year who said he hits the snot out of the ball.
Well, you're about to see players who can strike a ball from mid-range.
That's what we have to settle for. Let's get our specialist in there.
Absolutely, and that's not a bad sub because right now, knowing the conditions being this wet, just give him the ball around 30 out and let it fly. Do what you do best.
No score, under 19 to go, first half. Opening meeting of the season between ASA and Eastern Florida. There'll be a rematch down Hialeah Way on the 18th of October.
Yeah, look how much space ASA gives out, coming out. Eastern Florida all the way to their halfway line. They can just pretty much walk it through. And that's when the things get a little bit tighter in the middle.
Take a look at Knight. Up on that right side. Reese Myers back to ASA. Have a throw in front of the Eastern Florida bench. Move it up. Do it again. Oliver 12 tree is going to get more and more antsy the longer this stays scoreless. I can tell you that much. The ball served into the area. Horatius will get there, but will yield the corner kick.
And you're starting to see, Jeff, a little more that ASA is getting a little more brave going forward, finding those balls behind the defense. As you see this long cross, keeper has to come out, Horatio, and finally just gets rid of the ball right there.
Yeah, do the safe thing. See if ASA can cash in first corner kick of the match. See Sanchez, actually no, it was put out, so not a corner. It's a throw in. I sworn the referee signaled corner. Oh, dangerous ball finds its way into the 18, right at Horatius. I think that Pinto would like to have that one back if that's the guy who let it fly.
He could have gone far post with that. Also remember, Jeff, that ASA is just sitting back a little bit, so it requires a lot less energy for them. They're going to be with a lot more oxygen in the tank, as we'll see yet another physical play here right outside the box. Torkowski, that's that shot that you're talking about, right at the goalkeeper's hand. If you go far post with that in-swinger, could have done more damage.
Cyrus Pinto, the freshman out of Recife, Brazil.
One of many Brazilian
One of 9
in this roster.
From all over the country as well. Up on the coast, Natal, a couple of players. A couple from Recife. Fortaleza. So, AC Gonzalez mining the entire country.
That's Rosary. That's something he does so well. He turned the corner, and as soon as he does, he's so small that he's hard to grab onto. But watch this great turn right here.
Ooh.
Checks to the ball. Great turn. And right there, it's just, see the size difference, but
He still tried to stay up. And he's a guy who can deliver from set pieces.
oh, and he's the guy who will carry the ball through the middle as well, trying to go through the gaps and get that penetrating ball, which is so dangerous, so difficult to do.
Heim, originally from Toronto, Ontario. Spent time in Jacksonville. 5'6", 165-pound freshman. Will Will send it square, and there's the long shot from Siegel. Missed it wide of the target. And a very unhappy Juan Maximiliano Rocco.
Not a bad idea, though. We talked about, you know, Siegel 90's ability to strike the ball. That's what he does the best right there. The ball just trickles away, but pretty close, though. And I think Juan Maximiliano knew that that ball is so dangerous, so difficult to grab, as you know, because he's going so low and so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a chance to measure this one. The next one may be a little more accurate.
Yeah, this is a great angle right here. Watch this ball, just not too far. He absolutely had no chance. If that ball would have been on frame, just the skip of the ball would have gone in. Of course.
Got the laces in.
Yeah, Siegel 9 hit that with the outside of his right foot. That's how you get that spin to the outside.
Lopez into the area. Back defending. For Eastern Florida was Dixon. And now we'll have a corner kick on the far side as we see the Frenchman, Anderson Dulibach. Coach Gonzalez called him great leader. You'll see him play the entire 90 minutes and a strong pace throughout. He will serve up an in-swinging kick right now. Headed back the way it came, and Siegel to have the clearance. On the line, defensive duty being done by Danilo Orsididomo. 50-50 ball, turn around. Top of the box, played through. Oh, so close for ASA, smothered and covered by Horatius.
Osiris Pinto is a player who played the ball right into the forward's feet.
The move from Heim to escape trouble. Danilo a little heavy on the touch, able to keep it going. Gonzalez poking it back. Knight.
You're starting to see the frustration on ASA as Knight once again lets it go.
Keeps
from
it alive.
30 out.
Heim to the corner. Alexis gathers there. Will cut inside. Marked closely by Sanchez. And he's still on the ball. Switches it far side. Dixon. Pokes it through. Saw Gonzalez in the vicinity. Now Dulibach. ASA looking to counter with numbers forward. Take a look at the chance ASA had moments ago.
Well, it's definitely Eastern Florida has picked it up. And here's that through ball right there. Pinto plays the ball a little bit late. And of course, Samir Lopez didn't expect that ball back at the end. Eastern Florida has definitely picked up the pace going forward. But nonetheless, once you get to that attacking third, the touches have to be a little bit better and a lot more precise.
Nice back heel control. Actually, Knight just punts it forward. Under 12 to go, still waiting for somebody to crack the scoring column. I have a feeling if you can get one, it will unlock some things for you.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those games, Jeff, that if you're able to put one in the back of the net, you can see where things would open up. Not only the scoreboard, but also in the flow of the play. Give you a lot more room to operate.
Sure to Alexis. Alex inside the 18. Took a deflection, I believe, as it goes out. Nope. Throw in ASA.
If not, that's a hell of a swing there. I thought I hit one of the defenders as well.
Steady rain continues. Knight plows in forward. And picked up by Maximiliano Rocco. If you're a keeper, you have to hate playing in these conditions, right?
Yeah, for keepers, yeah.
It makes your gloves wet, and then also the bounces along the natural turf, the natural grass can really play tricks on you, right?
Yeah, when players, we like to play under these conditions because you can run more, of course. Cool conditions. The goalkeepers, they just hate it. Just nothing favorable for a goalkeeper.
There's no such thing as a just your garden variety save in a wet condition game.
No, every even a shot that doesn't have much, by the time skips, could be a dangerous one.
All the more important for the Titans to keep the possession. By Alexis. Keeps it alive as defenders converge. Good job by Gonzalez. Scherer will cut in. George. Knight lumbering through on the foot of Rosary. He'll give it a go. And again, Titans settle for a long ball attempt.
Yeah, that's not going to do
Shots
it
from outside the 18.
Yeah, from that far out. It's not really going to do it unless you're going to drive the ball on the ground and let it skip.
Subs could be coming back here momentarily.
You see Siegel not here working through the middle. And then once again the ball to the feet of Rosary, who's done a pretty good job ever since he came in as far as moving the ball up and down.
Now Jimmy Mwanga making his 7th appearance of the season. He'll check in. We'll see him for the rest of the half. See what he can do. Looks like he is going to spell Alexis. He's played the entire first half.
He actually, Mwanga had a good game last home game as well. With Rosary, the 1-2 combination there.
Rosary. Possible to take off the ball. Knight. Siege gets away. Straight up, held up. Mwanga. Good movement side to side from Eastern Florida. Will patience pay off? No, that ball forced in, but corralled back on the right side. Dixon will have to give chase. ASA doing the House of Pain defense. Pack it in, let me begin. Under 8 to go, throw in it for Eastern Florida.
It's actually a corner or a throw-in. Oh, throw-in.
Who does? This is like a corner.
Yeah, for
he
him,
can
that's
really torque it.
That's a number 5 specialty right here.
Saw this back in his high school days too. This lead to the opening salvo. Twarkowski, big throw. Headed once. Down in the box, play on, cleared away. Rain continues to fall. Here's the hold-up play in front of us. Felipe Mourinho had checked in. Mwanga, body control. Rosary getting the edge. Good cross away. That was hit with a lot of pace. That's more like it. Mwanga unable to finish, but much better.
Yeah, great cross to get to the inline one more time. You see the speed right here of Rosary getting around. Early cross to the near post. And Jimmy Mwanga not able to hit that one time. He kind of came in at the wrong angle with his body.
Tried to steer it on. Crossing with a purpose there from Haim Rosary.
Yeah, but those are the type of crosses that are going to do some damage.
Yeah,
the driven ball,
yep.
You put that on the ground. A lot of the times we'll hit a defender trying to clear the ball, and it'll go in the back of the net.
Exactly, could lead to the own goal. Just make it difficult to deal with. Send it into that corridor of indecision. Under 6 to go, no score. Better as of late as far as generating the chances. Here comes Mwanga. Crossing diagonally. Boy, good intervention made there.
You never saw Chain Rosary on the left. He had him wide open in the left flank.
So I could give you the number of the player that did it, but too far away. I'll change those numbers to something a little more readable. Horatius. Reese Myers. Under 5 to go for the Titans to try to get something before halftime. It's going to get more and more edgy for the home team the longer they are kept off the scoreboard. And in your experience, the best way to break down a team that's kind of parking the bus and packing it in, what is your solution if you're coaching?
No, you gotta keep doing what they're doing, but you gotta use the width a little bit more. The crosses is what's gonna bring you success.
How about another from Scherer right now? Snuffed out, but leads to a corner kick.
The difference is they gotta be quality crosses, though, as you mentioned. And the other thing, you gotta be patient. A lot of these games are only 1-1 or 2-0. When the whole entire team is playing, defense, and you can see their buzz from here, that's pretty much what they've done. That purple thing over there, that's what they've done. Just put 11 player behind the ball. That's what they've done. And they knew that was their game plan coming in here. There's a reason why they parked it right over there.
Parked the bus just behind where they're playing defensive here in this first
Absolutely.
half. Apropos.
You can tell, see right there, the purple thing over there? That's what they've done.
Brilliant. Not going to see that very often. Literally and figuratively parking the bus here so far, but it's been effective as Mwanga getting held up, continuing to battle, and eventually the foul goes against Eastern Florida.
No call. And once again, that is the defensive scheme right there. Look right there, ASA College.
Who's driving the bus? That's the question.
Exactly, that is the question, but that was before they even got off the bus, they knew they were going to park it back over there. Defensively, that's their scheme, and so far it's working for them.
I don't think they can park it on the other side of the field in the second half because the softball facility, the brand new softball facility is over there, so they'll have to resort to another tactic, I think. Come out and play.
So now
it's not unusual, though, in the game when you're playing
not.
a team that may be superior as far as attacking prowess.
And that's why, the tactical aspect of the game is so important. You still have to play the game, and, we've seen teams going all the way to European Championship, and win it. Portugal won.
That's right.
This year 1-0. They bunker.
From distance, took a deflection, and Horatius was on it. That's what you try to do. You park the bus and then get a goal against the run of play.
And all you need is one good chance, one good play, corner kick.
And then it puts the pressure. Yeah, puts the pressure squarely on Eastern Florida if you can at least nick one.
And that's pretty much what has happened here. You can see the last few minutes of this first half. Now Eastern Florida, they're running more. They're trying to get there. And you need to relax. You need to still open up the width.
Knight will measure up. Get into his left foot. Let it fly. The save made from Rocco. Pushed it sideways. Corner kick, Eastern Florida. About a minute and a quarter left.
That's a great effort by Knight. We talked about him coming off the bench. That's one of the best things he does. It goes right, it goes left.
That one in, again deflected over the top, and we'll do it again on the corner. Eastern Florida took it short. Time winding down under a minute.
Juan Maximiliano knows if there's a player from Eastern Florida who can strike well from 30 out, it's that guy right there, Knight.
Rosary appears to take this one. For a pinpoint delivery, instead played short once more. Big foul. And a play on. So playing short did not prove to be effective there. A little bit of time for ASA to counter. Wow. Orsi Domo keeping the run going. 15 seconds to go. Rosary Getting the edge again. Sent out. It'll be a corner, but not enough time, I believe.
See, and you get the sense of Eastern Florida with a lot more pressure going forward. ASA is just going to sit back and look at the clock, run out the clock.
Well, ASA is held firm. 0-0 at the half between the Titans and the Silver Storm as the rain rages on here in Melbourne. We'll be back right after this on WEFS.
Recently, the Eastern Florida women's soccer team met with the media to discuss the 2017 season. Head coach Jeff Carr believes it will be his team's depth that can lead the Titans to their 7th straight conference title.
We got a lot of talent and the most depth we have ever had as a team. And when the preseason started, we had 28 on the roster, which is the biggest roster we've ever had as well. So we're really excited about the potential that this team has as a team. We have a little bit of a physical aspect to it that I don't think we've had in the past. We have a couple, over 6-footers that can, bang with different types of styles of play. I think we're still going to be a possession-oriented team, but I think, again, I can't reiterate enough the depth that we actually have at a lot of different positions.
Strength of the team is teamwork for a big one and fight till the end. I think we just gel as a team and we all count on one another and push everyone. So if someone's having a bad game, just give them that, oh, keep going, and then they've got it.
We work really hard and we don't have like one single good player. We're all like, everyone's good and we work as a unit. I think that's really well because you can't shut down like just one person.
So the motto for this season is 7+1. The idea of that is we want to win the 7th conference title, and when we do that, it'll hopefully lead on to the 1 nationals, but we have to do the 7th before the 1.
I think you just have to take every game, one game at a time. You can't necessarily think like, okay, we're gonna go to the national championship right away, because it takes that one game in that moment. You can't think of the games in the week after or even later in the week. You just have to take that one game, win that one game, and then you can focus on the next one.
So check the website for game dates and times and come out and support your Titans. Admission is free.
We're high energy. We're going to, move the ball over the field. We're going to press, and hopefully we're going to score a lot of goals from different players this year.
I attend Eastern Florida State College, and I'm a part of the Airframe and Power Plant Certification Program. Here I'm getting an all-around picture of what I'm able to do, from sheet metal fabrication to actual troubleshooting and actual systems work. It's definitely given me a much further knowledge base than I ever could imagine I would ever get before. The instructors are actually really, really great. Their knowledge base from their military experience to their civilian experience has really given me a different outlook on, I guess, aircraft maintenance. It helps me to transition from my knowledge from the military to civilian life, because it is different in the way we conduct business on the flight lines and the way we do maintenance on aircraft. My passion is really to work with Northrop Grumman, from their back shops to their flight line works to someday even manufacturing and engineering. I would highly recommend this program to someone else, especially other women.
Aviation careers are taking off at Eastern Florida State College's new Aviation Center, with FAA-approved programs for aviation mechanics and technicians. Graduates have great job opportunities with top aviation companies and commercial space companies launching the next generation of human spaceflight at Kennedy Space Center. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Join the fast-growing and rewarding field of healthcare at Eastern Florida State College's new Health Sciences Institute, where you can earn bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, and certificates in a wide range of exciting careers, such as nursing, surgical technology, emergency care, radiography, sonography, and more. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Well, 0-0 at the half in rainy Melbourne between ASA College of Miami and 12th ranked Eastern Florida State College Titans. So glad to have you along on this WEFS broadcast. I'm Jeff Radcliffe, joined as always by Eddie Rodriguez. And let's get your thoughts here on the first half. A game really bossed by the Titans in the midfield, but kind of limited on the quality of their chances.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been a one-sided, game so far. Eastern Florida going at the attack. They've been managed to get a couple of good crosses, good shots. Of course, the late shot by Siegel Knight. But then other than that, on the other side, ASA, they're going to be content with just keeping the ball and really just going at the attack. They've had one clear chance as well. Pinto played that through ball. But other than that, looking for the big top, their goal scorer on top, Alfonso Gooden, who hasn't been able to just get free as he would like to. But other than that, has been pretty much all Eastern Florida.
Andrew Rasmussen there. As the Titans were all that and a bag of chips as far as the build-up, just could not finish. Here's a chance here from Alexis early.
Great ball by Danilo, little flick behind. And here's a ball driven to the far post. Once again, the ball game too hung up in the air. Danilo heads the ball. Not a lot of power.
Now Alexis around the edge. Got a cross away. Intervention made there on the line.
Carlos Sanchez once again. And here's a free kick right outside. Siegel and that had just entered the game. Little set piece. Hits the ball with the outside of his right foot.
And a couple of half chances for ASA. And really, Horatius has not had to work very hard to make the saves.
And this is the through ball late. Through ball, Pinto tried to play it to one of his forwards. This is when things at the end got interesting. Once again, Alexis with a great cross. And Mwanga doesn't make contact with the ball.
And that's where we stand at the half as the Titans looking to come out of here with a home victory and go to 2-1 on the conference schedule. But right now, locked in a battle with ASA. While it continues to rain here, we've certainly had enough of that in recent weeks. As we tell you about the 21 member institutions in Region 14, which is in Texas, the 26 member institutions in Region 8 here in Florida recently felt the effects of Mother Nature, and in a big way. Athletic directors, coaches, and student athletes were all uprooted from their locations to seek safety. Fall contests were postponed and canceled. Facilities were left ravaged from flooding. It's a time normally reserved for the excitement of fall college sports. And these regions are put on hold to recover from the havoc that endured from Harvey and Irma. So the NJCAA regions across the southern U.S. stepped up to support their fellow colleges through the hashtag NJCAA Cares social media campaign. NJCAA members helped raise over $35,000 to aid the relief efforts caused by Harvey and Irma. To show your support for those in need, you can visit www.njcaacares.com to purchase t-shirts, an individual or a bulk order if you would like. You can join in on the social media using that hashtag NJCAAcares as well. For a full recap, you can go to the NJCAA website to get more information. As we are still recovering here on the Florida's coast from Irma, members of our crew, of course, having to deal with some of nature's fury, some flooding, trees down. On your side of the state, over on the Tampa side, got some damage. Really, nobody was spared really anywhere in the state from something, whether that was flooding, the high winds, or or what have you. It's really serious when the situation arises.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, a lot of places like Tampa have lost the power for almost a week in certain places, and of course the flooding and the debris from trees that became projectiles. So some kind of damage of course different proportions. Of course, when you talk about the Keys and Fort Myers, they got completely destroyed. So lucky in some parts of the states.
Power lines down, causing problems as well. Power right now running out for the Titans. Have yet to score against the Silver Storm. Back for the second half right after this.
It's about the process and the depth of the team for Eastern Florida's men's soccer in 2017. Coach Oliver Twelvetrees and some of his team recently met with the media to convey what it will take to get back to a conference title.
The key really is going day by day, trying to have that 1% improvement every day throughout the season, or even throughout the year, and that's what we tried to do in the spring, and I've seen that in the performances so far in the preseason and practices, and I've seen that ability of the boys to really believe in the process and try and improve, do the right things. If they do the right things, we know that we have the talent, the results will come.
And I think from a team aspect, we've got a lot more depth in the squad. Every position's got 2 or 3 great players now who could step in and fill in. I think that's going to be a real big difference come the end of the season after everyone's played long, hard games.
Great players in their position. We got incoming D1 transfers for our back line now, so we got more depth there, more competition. Everyone's going to be better off because of that.
Everybody has their own style, and so I love seeing it. Everybody's hungry. They want to be the best. They want a starting position. So it pushes everybody, every practice, every training session.
With the group, what's impressed me the most is the fact that everyone is from different background, and we've come together to make such a very strong team. You go into preseason, you could see everyone working, you could see everyone talking to each other, everyone getting to know each other very well so that we can make a good team.
So check the website for game dates and times and come out and support your Titans. Admission is free.
We're certainly going to score goals. If you want to watch fast-paced, electric football, then there's only one place to come, and that's the Titan Soccer Complex.
Aviation careers are taking off at Eastern Florida State College's new Aviation Center, with FAA-approved programs for aviation mechanics and technicians. Graduates have great job opportunities with top aviation companies and commercial space companies launching the next generation of human spaceflight at Kennedy Space Center. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Eastern Florida State College has been named among the top institutions of higher education in Florida, earning a prestigious gold rating for its work in helping students succeed. The honor came from the Florida Board of Education in Tallahassee, where officials announced annual performance ratings for the 28 colleges in the Florida college system. This is the first time that Eastern Florida has achieved gold status, and it is one of only 7 colleges to gain the coveted distinction this year. The college earned high-performance grades in the 4 key areas of student retention, percentage graduating, job placement and continuing education, and entry-level wages after graduation. College President Dr. Jim Ritchie said the rankings reflected the college's strong commitment to providing students a great education that can put them on the path to a successful career and better life. He cited a number of areas where the college has strengthened student services that contributed to the gold rating, such as small class sizes and personalized instruction, excellent financial aid, academic and career advisors, the 6th straight year with no tuition increase, and 40 new programs in fields with fast job growth. He also said new bachelor's degree programs at EFSC are filling a critical need, giving students an opportunity to advance their education in careers that did not previously exist in Brevard County. To learn more about the college and its programs, visit easternflorida.edu.
Join the fast-growing and rewarding field of healthcare at Eastern Florida State College's new Health Sciences Institute, where you can earn bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, and certificates in a wide range of exciting careers, such as nursing, surgical technology, emergency care, radiography, sonography, and more. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Back at the Titan Soccer Complex on the campus of Eastern Florida State College. 45 more on the clock. It's game on in Melbourne once more. As now Eastern Florida, as the rain is picked up, will attack from left to right, trying to unlock this ASA bus, as Eddie Rodriguez called it, my broadcast partner. So glad to have you along. My name's Jeff Radcliffe. Entire WEFS crew, well, not wet behind the ears, but kind of used to this here on the coast of this kind of conditions. So the Titans are as well. Will yield free kick here.
And you're actually right. Unlocking the key to this ASA defense is going to be quite difficult for Eastern Florida because now the conditions are getting worse and worse.
ASA now forced to defend. Sense really urgency as of yet. This will be a long throw from Twarkowski to come up. Rosary trying to get a touch. Last off of ASA. We'll do the corner kick now from the near side. So defending there was Exodus Bargbloor, who I have out of Bowling Green, Ohio. Bowling Green, Kentucky, rather. Okay.
A little bit too much in that.
One state across. Here's a long shot from distance. Pawed away by Maximiliano Rocco. Boy, the long shots keep coming. Not out of the woods yet. A little deflected ball. Inside the area.
That was a great save because that one had potential to go in. You're right. A lot of the times, not the most obvious shots. This is, corner kick goes way out. ASA tries to clear the ball, and once again, Knight tries to go far post.
Oh, that time a little touch on it.
A little English on it, going top shelf. And Juan Maximiliano doing the rest. Another kick, no, corner kick. Rosary's got that left foot in-swinger.
It is delivered on the way, headed out of trouble. We'll reload with the throw, see if Twarkowski comes back over. That will be the case. You feel if they can just nick a goal, that will force ASA to come out and play a little bit more, and then things open up a little bit.
Yeah, and that's really the only way to get him out. You got to
get the first, though.
So at some point for them is going to be, well, it doesn't matter whether you lose by 1 or 2, so you got to push up the lines.
Oh, and uncorks another long throw, and
absolutely. And
you got to look at the ball.
The referee from here, we can hear him from
a little hip check.
Mike on the field, we can hear him say you got to look at the ball, and he's absolutely right. When you're trying to look at the challenge, trying to get up and hit the ball, he never even looked at the ball. He's looking at the player.
That will set up free kick just outside the 18 here. A really dangerous spot to whip it across.
Who do you like here? Right foot Knight, left foot Rosary?
Maybe Rosary to go for goal. And an opportunity wasted. Figure you can curl that into the back post, let somebody run onto it. But had a lot of dip on it though.
Yeah, he tried to go near, and that's actually a good idea if you can make the ball dip to the near post. The problem with that is that do you have enough space for the ball to dip, to drop? Yeah.
Now, how does the rain affect that when you're trying to get that ball to move?
Well, that's the thing. It's not going to bend as much, and as you know, the ball.
Dixon was clattered, and it'll come back the other way.
Good job by the referee, close enough to to answer your question, the ball's going to get heavier as well when you're taking a free kick.
Yeah.
So everything's a little bit off.
Not like 20, 30 years ago where everything got heavier. Your boots weighed about 4 more pounds. Ball soaked up the water. Quality of the equipment now can shed that stuff off,
especially
right?
with those synthetic shoes nowadays that they weigh nothing. Maybe if you had a little bit of water, maybe half a pound now, but before, 4 or 5 pounds.
Played through. Marcidomo will not have time. Again, Maximiliano Rocco out. Nice idea from Oliver Lowe.
Yeah, the Argentine having a pretty good game, not only for a couple of great saves he's made, but just tactically, he's done a great job keeping his defensive shape intact. He's keeping that defense nice and compact in the middle, giving Eastern Florida the outsides, which is the longest route.
If I remember correctly, the one game that ASA won in this series was much the same fashion. They packed it in, held it tight, and then got like a late strike from about 30 or 40 outs and won the game. So trying to follow that script once more here on the road. ASA 0-1 in conference play, losing to Broward 2-0, team that Eastern Florida beat 4-0.
They used to give you some stats. That's the kind of system that it works, you know, 1 out of 10 times when you play defensive, you can pull off the win. Most of the time, you end up conceding the 1-0 or 2-0.
But the turn there from Heim.
He turns on a dime, doesn't he?
Gave you 9 cents change. Here's another service across, overcooked just a touch. Siegel Knight has started the second half as well, so Oliver Twelvetrees liked what he saw from the Jamaican.
Yeah, well, he's been the closest as far as, you know, the long range shot. He had that great left foot bomb from about 30 out, right on target.
George bossing it in the midfield to play it to nobody. Is
see right now,
miscommunication.
Nothing in the air is going to work for Eastern Florida. You got to do 1-2s on the ground. Even your crosses, when you get underneath the ball, you got to drive the ball on the ground. Force an error.
Nice little push off on Dulibak. Rosary knocked to the choppers.
How about that for a body check, huh?
Quick restart though. And Eastern Florida will see it go in behind goal kick. So might have wanted to pull that back and wait.
When you want to take your time, as you see Rosary one more time, his quickness. That was a pull from a minute ago, 1-2.
And
of course, when
waiting for a ball here, I guess.
You have a player with the ability of just, you know, slicing through the middle. That's what you want. You want to play the ball to your center forward, your number 9, and he can return the favor, 1-2s. That's how you get around. And here's subsequently when he gets the ball and he gets checked right here.
Oh.
That's the body check that you and I were talking about.
Yeah,
shoulders are legal
except
when they go to your face.
How Marv Albert used to say it, serves up the facial. That's what that was.
That's the type of tackle
Rosary's okay though.
That will leave a mark for tomorrow.
A little turn here from Mwanga. Running into space, cutting it onto the right foot. Mwanga keeps it alive, but couldn't get the square ball to go where it needed to. Bar Glore. And boy, a 2-point takedown, and that's going to get Oliver Lowe a little upset. Free kick to ASA.
Well, what happened is the referee didn't call the first one. Actually, that's what he's calling. He's calling the push on Lowe. And then after that, it comes down to the wrestling takedown right here. MMA style.
Shoulder, if you ask me. What do you think?
Well, it's a little bit of contact.
Just a little bit.
Not too much.
Gorkowski, easy win on the header. And Rain, nice and steady at this point. Oh, going down on a heap. Back to Silver Storm, awarded possession here. Cannot tell you who that may be on the far side. Completely obscured by the raindrops.
So your guess is as good as ours.
Sanchez there dropping deeper. Now Eastern Florida back on the attack, trying to get in the the half where you make your money. Rosary. 1-2 with Mwanga. Gets steady. Center of the park. Quick step 2. Siegel Knight. Rosary. The return ball towards the Jamaican. Overran it a bit.
Yeah, he could have held the ball just one more second, wait for the player to get through, and then you play the ball. That's when
Down goes the mic.
Mics get knocked out. We should still be able to get some sound out of that, though.
Let's see if Michael Jordan will go rescue. He's on his way. Meanwhile, play continues. Titans still looking for the goal. Now getting a little more desperate with the fouls here, Eddie.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier, as every minute passes by, you know, advantage ASA. They're going to be content once again with getting physical, as you see here. Late tackle here. And it's the second tackle, second contact that the referee is going to call.
And out of play. J.C. Gonzalez, the tactics have proved successful thus far. Long way to go, though. Native of Colombia, he was introduced as head coach in 2014. 4-year assistant and associate head coach at Johnson and Wales, their women's program, which is an NAIA school. Coached at Varela High School in Miami. 2009 and 2011, Dade County Boys Coach of the Year. So decided to go back to the college route, start the program at ASA. Has been improving each year.
Yeah, Profe Gonzalez has definitely left an imprint in this program. And I know when we spoke to him last year, that was one of his concerns, that the fact that he gets so many Latin American players from different backgrounds, and how can you mix them together in, you know, such a short college season with a short preseason, how can you get them to mesh early in the season and then get results, of course.
Saw Oliver Lowe with the cross there again, unable to produce the final ball, starting to haunt Eastern Florida here. Going to become a little more desperate as time starts to wind. That's when you lose a little bit of the mentality, and that's when you can give something up.
Yeah, and it also gives you a little bit of a background as to why Coach Profe Gonzalez has to play a little more defensive role when he knows he's going to come up against a great side like, you know, Eastern Florida. He knows that his only chance to get a result is to play that defensive shape, you know, not formation, because if you try to play him straight up, you know, the score would be different right now.
Another foul committed. ASA will have a free kick. 2-1 on the season. Wins against Georgia Military to start. That game was played at Daytona State, and at Broward lost 2-0, and then on Monday beat Florida Nationals JV 2-1. Titans just 4-2, 1-1 in conference. Had some games postponed due to Hurricane Irma. Eastern Florida will play Chivas USA Wednesday, then Weber Internationals JV on Friday to follow next week. And the big one next Tuesday, the following Tuesday, number 7 Daytona State on the road looking for some revenge. Well, you don't want to drop points, as they would say here in this one. Got to hold serve at home against ASA.
Yeah, I know this is when you want to keep adding points and, you know, wins and losses, and of course we talked about racking up the individual stats, but right now you need to worry about how you're gonna.
What a great ball forward.
How are you gonna unlock this defensive scheme from ASA?
Shove as Dixon hits the deck. Now one-on-one. This is going to be a crucial tackle, and boy, it was wasted there by Gooden.
Yeah, Alfonso Gooden doesn't quite have the speed to get behind 3 defenders. Doesn't have that breakaway speed. Not a slow guy, a slow player by any means, but he's got that size, so doesn't quite have the speed of Alex Alexis on the other side.
Cham Rosary. Time down is Knight. Looked like That was
Cadet.
Makinson Cadet, a freshman out of the Turks and Caicos. Talk about somebody probably affected by Hurricane Irma. So his home not in good shape after that hurricane, as we talked at halftime about the NJCAA Cares t-shirts that you can buy in order to raise money for those affected by Irma and Harvey. Caribbean has really taken it hard this hurricane season.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
wish the best to everybody.
Yeah. The island of Puerto Rico has just completely been destroyed with no power and provisions, and you know, it's things are getting really drastic down there with.
Mwanga has been lively since coming on late in that first half. Mwanga.
Now Mwanga's got to cross the ball. Now Eastern Florida players are carrying the ball a little bit too much. It's got to be a 1 or 2 touch and then send the ball.
Mwanga has Dixon to the right on the overlap, opts to come back to Rosary. Heim head up, sends it across. Another little distance attempt there. It's blocked out. Reese Myers to Twerkowski. See if they can switch it to the other side. Make them run a little bit, tire them out.
And that's the key. You're right. Move them side to side.
Ball in. Snuffed out by the left back. Might have been Alvaro Duque, rather, center back, Varela High School product. Tough to tell. Purple on gray. Note to self.
Well, especially when when it's
you
wet
gave
now.
a game on TV. You know, I think
I'm not surprised if they're going to use different jerseys, and it was so late that they're in the bus.
Twerkowski again on the throw, and he waved off. Foul on Eastern Florida. I think Ron Burgundy said it best. Milk was a bad choice. Yeah, I think the purple on gray, bad uniform choice. Looks good, but forget trying to ID guys. But that's commentator problems right there. Hashtag commentator problems. ASA's done the number, man. Kept Eastern Florida in check thus far, looking to steal something here on the road.
Yeah, definitely so far. Give credit to Profe Gonzalez coming out with this.
Yep.
Throwing the bus, literally. Throwing the box.
Getting off the bus 10 minutes before the start of the game as well. Impressive. Alexis leaves it. Rosary in a more advanced spot. Be cleared away. Pressure coming. Just got to find that elusive final ball.
And that right there.
It's tough to defend 90 minutes.
Well, you're right, but that attacking third, that elusive touch that you're talking about, as we see once again, Alexis going forward, trying to play that ball into the space for Rosary. But that all right there, Jeff, is attention to detail. Once you get to the attacking third, it's a matter of staying disciplined, especially tactically. That's all there is. The difference between great players who can get it done in the 90th minute.
Twerkowski unable to really drive it. Does land it into the area. Comes away. Unable to keep it on the foot. Now a counter could be building up. Quickly checking the surroundings. Sent to the far side. Runners are there. And taking one for the team. There for Eastern Florida. That might have been Mwanga. Rain continues to fall, under a half hour to go. Come some changes here for Coach Gonzalez. And if you look close, you maybe you'll see a number. That's 7 coming back on. So that's the man from Turks and Caicos. Cadet.
Yeah, he had to go out because of that yellow card.
Service into the area. Dealt with like a champ by Twerkowski. Cut it out, be held up by Mwanga.
But you're right, though. It is difficult to play defense for 90 minutes. And a lot of the times on the other side of that coin is you got to be able to stay focused when you play defense for 90 minutes, because all it takes one of your defenders to fall asleep for just a second and you let, or of course, when you and I talked about a moment of brilliance by one of these players, whether it's, Rosary, whether it's Alexis, whether it's Danilo, who's been kind of quiet today.
Everybody's been quiet. Scherer can't catch up to that last ball across. Well, they say it's not your legs that are the first thing to go after defending for 90 minutes. It's your mind. You're in oxygen deprivation. You lose a little bit of focus. So you have to make them work. This will be cleared away by Maximiliano Rocco.
Yeah, and that's when having a goalkeeper like Rocco yelling at you in the back is going to keep you awake. It's going to keep you focused.
Just one goal allowed so far this season. Split time with Jesus Tovar, the Venezuelan. Twerkowski will wind up from the other side. In fact, I play it to Rosary and took a mad skip in behind for a goal kick down to 25 minutes to go. What's going through the mind of Oliver Twelvetrees right now?
Right now he's thinking about he needs to plug in the hole as far as bringing somebody in who's going to give you that, that extra energy going forward. At this point you're thinking, do I need to take a defender out and add a forward, bring somebody who can hold the ball and continue to make some runs?
Rosary, again, couldn't keep it.
A little bit too early for the sub, I might add. I usually do it around the 15-minute mark.
Okay.
15 minutes left in the game. You don't want to open yourself up for a counter.
Lowe splits two defenders, is fouled. Juan de Moraes, freshman out of Recife, Brazil. See the number there. Write that one down.
You might not
He's
see it
in the
again.
midfield, okay. And one of the starters.
He's somewhere in the middle roaming around.
The lighting was just right. Here's Knight. Into Alexis, poke check away. Knight again. Giving chase. What do we got? Back to ASA College of Miami.
As you see the whole entire defense from Eastern Florida warming up.
8 different Titans have scored this year. Eastern Florida coming in 23 goals through 6 games, but being stymied right now by ASA College. The only time they were shut out was against number 2 Monroe in New York. So the game was 1-0 and an own goal, so technically they did score a goal in that game. But Silver Storm continuing to follow the battle plan. Lowe gets a step on Dulabak. Lowe leaves it off. Just not quite in the right spot.
Seeing once again, Jeff, is that attention to detail in the attacking third. This is when your touch has to get a little bit better. You make sure you deliver that ball to someone's feet. And then your runs are nice and sharp.
Kept alive. Chico Dixon moving it side to side well now. Nice. Oh, just too far in front for him off the foot of George. Now a one-man breakaway. He's Gooden holding it up. Knocked off the ball cleanly by Twerkowski.
Yeah, look, there's 5 players right there from Eastern Florida defensively. As soon as Alfonso Gooden gets the ball, he's 1 against 4 at least.
Rosary leaves it. Here's Alexis to the spot. Second ball tipped over the top. How about the save from Maximiliano Rocco? Is Knight denied?
Once again, Seagull Knight with a touch. And Rocco gets a hand on that. But once again, great diagonal run by Alexis. Gets to the end line, cuts the ball across, which is what you should do.
Oy.
I'm not sure that Rocco actually touched the ball. Actually, Seagull Knight doesn't quite, he's not quite able to keep the ball low. and on frame. That could have been the difference in this game. Great ball by Alexis. And he took the ball in a diagonal back. That's one of those situations, Jeff, what you would think that Siegel had enough time to trap the ball and find a corner.
Turn the screws up here. There's a change. Jefte Teles de Lima, another Brazilian from Manacapuru. Teles de Lima, where he starts listed as a defender. Comes to throw. Arthur Lima dos Anjos, left back. The beautiful beach portion of Brazil, Natal. Here's Alexis, crosses away, headed down once. Orsi de Domo trying to collect. Gray jerseys converge. Eastern Florida back on it, approaching the 20-minute mark. Dixon now. Working inside. Nice job by Dos Anjos. And the decision coming here, we're going to stop the clock. I think a card's coming out.
Yeah, Alexis is going to get a yellow card there, but you know, the ref forgot to call the first one on Dos Anjos.
So Alexis will have to come off. Waiting for the breakthrough here as you see Maximiliano Rocco
and watch
talking.
the first one right there. As you saw, Dos Anjos made contact.
Oh, yeah.
And Alexis came back, and of course, as a player, sometimes you want to retaliate. Not the right thing to do because he's the one getting the yellow.
I tell my sons that all the time. Stop the retaliation. You're the one that's going to get
always,
caught. Whether
always.
it's on
That's
the
the
soccer
hardest
field or at school or in front of Mom and I, right?
And it's the hardest thing to teach young players that the retaliation is always going to get the yellow. If the referee didn't call the first one, then you got to be able to keep your head in the game.
Deliver justice, I guess, is the important thing, and you're going to pay for it. It's Gonzalez. Playing along the left side. I believe it's Rosary. Dancing on the ball, taking it to the byline. And it looks like we'll have a corner kick.
And between Rosary on the left and Alexis on the right, man, they kind of similar players, similar styles, but they definitely have the edge as far as getting to the end line and try to provide some crosses.
Well, they play it short once more. Thought about it. Derisu sends it curling, pawed in the air by Rocco. Hold up here. And Lowe commits the foul. Yes.
That is absolutely not a foul. Danilo just trying to protect the ball. See right here. Replay didn't go far enough, but he was just shielding the ball. And as long as you shield the ball without lifting your elbow, trying to make contact with the player. Once again, I think we have a different angle here. See, Danilo comes here, and he's just trying to shield the ball right there.
Tug of the jersey might have got him for.
Yep, it's the jersey that he was getting the call for.
Well, at any level, you're going to have games through the course of the season when you have to muck it up a little bit and try to win it ugly. This is one of those games for Eastern Florida, and they've got a little less than 18.5 minutes to do something about it. Lowe, wearing the 14 shirt, beats one defender and had the ball on his foot too long, but able to draw the foul.
Great job by Lowe, though, drawing the foul. This is when Eastern Florida, they have to take their time and watch. He was among three defenders, but he's able to draw the foul. He cuts to the inside, then goes to the outside, and here's the contact right here from behind. So after that, he just sold it well. When there's contact, you got to fall.
There be magic from the free kick. Dead ball situation. I think if ASA continues to give them the opportunities, they'll pay at some point.
Yeah, Once again, Rosary, we've seen his left foot. He tried to dip the ball last time.
That or Adrisu, we'll see. That one's whipped in the corner off the crossbar. Could not get the rebound to go in to where Kowski was there, one of them anyway. And you see, it may be one of those nights.
Great job by Rosary. Left foot in swinger, and watch, enough distance. That's where you want the ball to dip. Torkowski just
took a bad hop on him.
Not able to make contact with the ball.
Ensuing corner, though. Whipped in. Rocco back. Keeping it alive now. Rosary back into the mixer. And cleared.
Eastern Florida, they just got to keep the pressure right now.
Oh, beautiful ball in. Getting ahead to it was Orsi de Domo. Or check that, I'm sorry, that was Gonzalez. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Great ball by Abdul, though.
Forward.
That's a great driven ball with a little bit of spin advantage to the forward, which in this case was Troy Gonzalez, and it's one of those runs he made out of the back, even though he's still playing a little more defensive in that diamond shape.
Boy. Letting them play. Tony Baumert, the referee. Rain really picking up now. Ah, that one was red. Taken away. Here come ASA. Could this be their moment? Now a foul to trip them up and stop things. This could end up hurting Eastern Florida here, as the hurting was put on Juan de Moraes.
And of course he's going to milk the clock a little bit.
At this point, coming up on a quarter hour to go. So glad to have you along here on WEFS. Hoping for a bang finish. Goalless thus far. And for the first time this half, I believe it's in the hands of Mike Horatius. The ball has been exclusively on the attacking half of the field for Eastern Florida. Myers. Now, one will be a throw for Eastern Florida. Nice work there by Rosary, quickly in. Oh, you can see how wet it is. George. Served into the area by Torkowski. Chico Dixon. Oi. Kind of caught Adrisu flat-footed.
Yeah, you can tell the passing by Eastern Florida, once they get closer to the goal, it kind of, falls a little bit from the precision side. And those balls into the box, those driven balls right now are not going to pay dividends. There's only one player from Eastern Florida on top, so they got defending against 3 from ASA.
See Exodus Bargbloor from Bowling Green. His team looking to make a exodus from Melbourne with a result. Right now, I think if you're JC Gonzalez, you told him it would be a 0-0 draw, you would take it.
Oh, for sure. He would. That's exactly the way he planned it, the way he drew it up on the board. Coming to this facility.
Still forced to defend.
That should be a card for sure.
Low fouled. Looking to quick restart. Baumert will pull it back.
Absolutely, there's got to be a card. And once again, this is Low making a break, and there's got to be a card because he gets taken down from behind. The possibility of a breakaway, as you see the referee looking for or searching for the card. Can't find it.
Might have floated away. Okay, so this one about 30 out. Get this up and down. Just get some sort of a redirect in here.
Danilo's not happy that he didn't get a card.
Chipped over the top. Not a bad effort.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
the ball,
driven.
Yeah,
it's
the
not
ball
driven.
has to be driven. When you hang the ball up in the air.
A run from Rosary nearly squeaked it through, and he was fouled before he let the pass go.
Another foul. Yeah, when you hang the ball in the air, the advantage goes to the defender because he's got the clear view.
You can take. He's got time to read it.
Absolutely, read it and step in front of you.
Hit that baby on a line.
Especially right now, make it bounce, make it hit the ground before it gets to the goalkeeper, and it'll skip.
Here's where your training ground work pays off. Discussion there from Adrisu and Rosary. Rosary's been the one taking these. It's been close. Do it again, chip it towards that corner, and again wasted. To take a deflection, it did not.
He was looking for Danilo in the far post. Once again, same set piece. You gotta drive the ball. And you're right, that's a wasted set piece. As he was trying to look for actually Torkowski out wide.
And again, even if he
makes contact,
gotten there, he's got to really redirect that with a lot of power.
Yeah, and that's actually the way you play that one. The ball goes to Danilo, so he can play the ball back to the far post.
Yes.
Not for him to score, but for him to play the ball across for Torkowski, who made a good run near post. But as you know, that ball has to be so precise. That's when you need Kaká on the ball. You can put it right on your melon.
The new midfield, Yoshi Yotun, the Peruvian international, had his first goal Wednesday night for Orlando City. Go with a couple assists, was easily the man of the match. Now he'll try to get Argentina eliminated during the international break in common ball qualifying.
There you go.
But Argentina may not qualify for the World Cup.
They might not do it on their own. Trust me, they don't need help. Right now, another good chance here for Eastern Florida. And if the last one wasn't an indication of what not to do, here, it didn't work. Go direct.
Peg this. Maybe Adrisu this time will give it a go.
I would even put a Knight back in the game for what we used to do in indoor, just for a set piece and then get him out.
Trying to set up the wall is Rocco. Driven that time wide of the post. There you go. Eddie right there. That's what you were looking for.
Absolutely. If you make the ball skip right before he gets to the goalkeeper, you can tell the difference between the two and how much more dangerous that free kick was.
Especially for the defenders. They're not quite sure what to do with it. You can have that lucky deflection. The very minimum here, you've won a corner kick. Here comes Alex Alexis.
What a great save by Rocco, because that ball had all the potential to find the back of the net. Great angle right here by our cameraman. Watch this. Ball skips right in front.
Ooh. Ooh. That was played while we were in replay. Served back across. Foul. Headed down. Not going to matter. And now we're under 10 minutes. Now that you start getting the itch.
Yeah, this is where things get interesting. So this is when you can take one of the forwards out. As you've seen, ASA hasn't had a shot in the last 30 minutes perhaps. So now you can gamble with playing three in the back, get an extra forward, send Torkowski on top, bring another defender in.
It's not like ASA has been very dangerous
throughout the game. Yeah, no, their plan has been the same. That ball will stay in bounds.
Domo will put the pressure on and eventually be picked up by Maximiliano Rocco. Oh, a little flick on. Nice job by Myers to disrupt. Here come ASA with an off chance possibly, and can't keep it on their feet. Possession's been dominated by Eastern Florida, as you'd expect. Adrisu, play on, says the referee Tony Balmert. Here comes the build-up for Eastern Florida along the left side. Cross is away, not of sufficient quality. Could not bend it back in. And Alexis, another wasted chance.
Great build-up. And Alexis not being a predominantly left-footed player, but this one just gets away from him. He gets under the ball. That's when you got to in-swing it. Swing the leg all the way out, and
comes a change as we look for
that looked like a 9
or a 5. We're not sure.
or a 2.
I give up.
Godoy. Johan Godoy from Colombia, Bogota.
They could play at Coral Gables High School here in Florida. Shares the same surname as Anibal Godoy. San Jose Earthquakes. Different countries, though. Anibal Panamanian. That one down in the box. Do we have a decision here?
Oof.
No, they were at a shout for a penalty, did not get it. Waved off quickly by the referee. Now, here's what you got to worry about the other way defensively, and is Rosary giving it up.
Yeah, but once again, you see that the touch, the attacking third is just...
Boy, how you don't want to give it up on a penalty. Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely not. And you see that's something they've been working on.
Idrisu to the foot of Orsi Domo, chips it and could not get it back down. Again, the man with 10 goals that lead this team with a golden chance.
Yeah, great job by Danilo on that turn, though. I'm not sure if he touched one of the defenders, but great turn here. Get rid of one. And just totally gets underneath the ball. As he was trying to turn, make contact with the ball, hit the frame. And right now, Rocco, the Argentinian goalkeeper, looking pretty good as he's trying to keep the clean sheet here.
ASA desperate defending will play the ball back. Oh, little flying karate kick from Orsi Domo to try to catch it. Boy, how about the move from Alexis there in the middle of the park? Held by Rosary. Starting to slip it in behind. Idrisu will catch up. Make that Alexis now. Rosary with a little space to operate to pick out a pass. Serves it in. Dealt with like a champ there by Lopez, I believe. That or Dulabak. Here's the throw coming up on the 6-minute mark. 0-0.
Here's another angle of that ASA chance into the box. The ball's driven to the far post.
Dixon.
Oh, referee's right. There's absolutely no contact or intention by Dixon in the back.
Well, Alexis getting free. Cuts it back. Keeps it alive. Now will be poked wide. Another chance gone awry. Collected, though, by Rosary. No, by Dixon.
You got to cross the ball, though. That's when you get to the end line. Cannot waste that chance. Pull the ball back.
Trying
top
to
of the
put on the boogie shoes there.
Yeah,
Not working.
Play the ball across to the top of the 18.
Torkowski, got to make these count. Got to drive it into the wind. Short, falls inside the area. Dropping deep to hold was low. Mickey George now will have to defend as it was met in the middle. Here come ASA on the counter. Runners coming forward. Boy, a great diagonal ball through! And it skirts wide of the target. Best effort of the second half for ASA. And that had the gulp in the throat for sure.
Yeah, just like that, Godoy almost gets away with a counter. And this is what you were just talking about, Jeff. Look at the speed of ASA. Great through ball right there.
Dixon broke it up just enough. But that's where you can put it in your own net if you're not careful. Under 5 to play. We'll take the time here on this set piece, I'm sure of it.
Great job by Godoy getting behind the whole entire Eastern Florida defense.
Lofted high, headed into the air. Torkowski taking care of it. Settling before it goes over that touch line. Launched on the diagonal. A run comes. Rosary will give chase. Will he run out of space? He will. Nice slide, though.
Yeah, this is one of those games where you can slide for miles. As you saw there, Rosary attempting to keep the ball in bounds.
And we were talking like a 0-0 result. College soccer, there is the overtime, so keep that in mind. Somebody will come out of here with a 1-0 win. Sent wide, broken up just enough. Boy, if you're Oliver 12 Trees, you want to get this here in regulation.
Yeah, that's a bad giveaway on a square ball right there. You got to make sure that ball gets delivered.
Hey, Mickey, kept that alive. Rosary dancing on the ball. Torkowski to Myers. There's the shot, bet in, golazo! Rosary, the hero, and he's tackled by his teammates. What a strike from the left foot.
Well, we talked about a moment of brilliance, and that is what you got right there. Rosary right on top of the 18. He gets a good ball from the outside. Torkowski finds the ball, plays the ball across. And just like that, Rosary, top shelf.
What a touch.
Look at Rocco. Nothing he could do. He just watched the ball. Great angle right here. Look at Rocco's reaction. He cannot believe this happened. 3 minutes away, actually 2:25 from the end.
Possible game winner is Rosary with his 3rd goal of the season.
And what a goal that was.
Sure, did he get a card? He has to come off because he took his shirt off with the yellow.
He gets a card by taking your shirt off and celebrating like you just won the Super Bowl.
You couldn't be warm. Now ASA.
Oh, you're warm.
We'll have to scramble.
You're running around in the rain, trust me. There's no.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're Oliver Troutry, you'll let him celebrate like that. What a great finish.
Even better, bringing the ball down right into this path and let it fly. And that will be one to remember for the season.
And of course, give credit to Torkowski, who, even though he's playing on the left, he was able to manage. And once again, I said, you got to make sure that the ball gets delivered to somebody's feet. Well, he did that and then some. And of course, Rosary did the rest with that left foot dipper to the far post, top shelf.
Now you got to see it out, though, and defend, because now all the numbers are coming forward.
Yeah, now you're going to see
Williams.
ASA react and come out of the back and try to push the lines and try to dump the ball in the box, play the long ball in the last minute and a half here.
Making no mistake. Time Rosa with the game winner, apparently. You got to see out the last minute 20. This is where you've mentally got to be switched on.
Yeah, this is when you show that tactical awareness and
trying to force the OT here.
Of course, if you're Eastern Florida, you just got to get the ball out. Where? It doesn't matter. Just get the ball out.
Served back into the area, right into the bread basket of Mike Horatius, who stands to get the clean sheet here. Didn't really have to face a lot of trouble, particularly here in the second half.
Open
now
net.
Orsidodomo with the open net overcooked it. That would have been 2-0.
I'm surprised he didn't put that on frame. He's a very technical forward. And all of a sudden, you saw Rocco being out of the line.
2-0 or 1-0 doesn't really matter. Oh, big challenge there.
And that
10
is
seconds.
not a good foul. So now you stop the clock and potentially give him a chance.
Boy, running on late. Horatius gets nicked by Dulabak. And the Titans, minutes from full time, get the victory over the Silver Storm. 1-0, the final, the hero. Haim Rosary, the freshman, with the pull down and the strike.
I'm attending Eastern Florida State College, and I'm enrolled in the aviation maintenance program. We do a lot of hands-on here. What you learn in class is probably like 25% of what you actually learn. You don't just talk about it, you're actually doing the work, and breaking it down, and the instructors here really know how to get to what we really should be learning and what's actually in the field. I'd like to stay in this area and do general aviation for a little while and then eventually move into the airlines.
Create the career of your dreams with a degree from Eastern Florida State College. Earn a bachelor's degree, associate's degree, or college certificate in growing job fields like healthcare, business, and computer technology. On campus or online, you can find inspiration and success. Anything's possible where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Well, the Titans leave it late, but they get the winner anyways off the foot of the freshman Haim Rosary. 1-0 to the good, and pretty much at the death as ASA College goes down to defeat here. Big win for Eastern Florida as we look at the moment of the match. Very easy to pick here, Eddie.
Yeah, once again, Torkowski finds the ball, plays the ball across. Great delivery right there, and the number 10 makes it happen. Rosary with a game winner right here. Nobody around him. Took a touch with his right foot and finished that top shelf, far post. Rocco just looked at it. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Juan Maximiliano Rocco could only watch. He was frozen. Incredible strike and incredible flair for the dramatic as Eastern Florida moves to 5-2. The head coach is Oliver 12 Trees. I'm sure that was a fun moment to watch here. Oliver, your boy is able to eventually get it done. And I'm sure this is what you expected from ASA. They certainly bunkered and, as Eddie said, parked the bus.
Well, that's why you play the game, isn't it, for moments like that. You know, great moment for Haim and the rest of the team. And, you know, I think that's going to catapult this season on to where we know we can get to.
Coach, we talked about during the broadcast the difficulty for you and your crew to play against a team who literally just came here and parked the bus behind your goal, and they were going to play defense for 90-plus minutes.
Yeah, you know, I was impressed, to be fair to ASA. You know, they had a game plan, they worked hard for each other, and it was really difficult to score, and the keeper was fantastic, I thought, tonight as well. So, but, you know, we kept to the game plan. You know, we defended really vigilantly. You know, we got numbers behind the ball when they did transition out. So I'm really happy with the boys tonight. You know, we just kept working and working and working. If you do the right things, great things happen.
Did you and your coaching staff feel that goal was coming? Did it feel like, because when you dominate the possession of the game the way you did, really ASA, no virtual chances really till late in that second half, you had to feel it had to be coming, or was it nervous moments?
You're a little worried thinking, is it going to be one of those games? You know, sometimes you have those games where you just can't put the ball in the back of the net, and, you know, we did have a few chances. Danny had a couple of chances, and, you know, we did have some, Siegel had an opportunity as well. So we did have the opportunities, and you started thinking, is it going to be one of the nights? But then, you know, we kind of threw the kitchen sink at them a little bit and went 4-3-3, and in the end, you know, it came to our game win to Haim Rosary, and what a fantastic strike. And what a moment for the Titans.
Coach, definitely saw the difference in that different approach, especially defensively, how you defended better today with that diamond shape in the middle. Did you know it was going to come down to just a moment of brilliance, or would you were going to go with that fourth forward if needed to in overtime?
Yeah, you know, we were going to maybe put Haim at left back, actually, to see if we could get a little bit more width out of the team. But, you know, we didn't need to do that. And, yeah, really happy with how the boys' team defended. You know, I thought defensively, you know, Owen and Reese and Vash and Max were really top-notch. And Mike in the goal as well. You know, fantastic clean sheet, first clean sheet, really, of the year. So great to get that in conference play.
Well, Oliver, your team getting a couple of home games coming up this week, and then, of course, looking ahead to number 7 Daytona State in the big rematch. I know that's on your mind, and then we'll see you back here against Broward on the 13th. Congratulations to your boys. Best of luck moving forward. We'll see you here in a few.
Thanks, guys.
Congrats, Coach.
Oliver 12 Trees. His Titans move to 5-2 on the season, 2-1 in conference play. Seasons are made by games like that you feel you should have a little bit more in the scoring column, but you get it done when it counts.
Yeah, you know what? But you're going to take this. You're going to take the win, and more so than that, you're going to take home the fact that the boys played well, as you mentioned, and they were coming back from giving one up here at home, a 2-1 defeat. So now they turn it around. They were able to answer the call, especially when he played a little more defensive as far as that shape. But he wanted to get to the end lines. He wanted to get some crosses in, more chances. They had plenty of chances. It was just a matter of capitalize. 1-0, but once again, they continue to go forward with a win.
Titans leave it late, but beat the Silver Storm 1-0 the final. For Eddie Rodriguez, our producer Brian Foster, director John Bobert, our entire WEFS TV crew, I'm Jeff Radcliffe, saying so long from soggy Melbourne. The Titans move to 5-2 with a 1-0 win. Good night.
We now return to our regularly scheduled program.